This is going to be my updated list of the top 5 best comp resolutions here in Fortnite Season OG. So therefore, if you're still searching for the best stretch res for your PC and your playstyle, I definitely got you covered. I also figured out I might include a few more which are more friendly towards low to mid-end PCs so that you can have maximum FPS. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and check out my low-end 1v1 map, guys, where you get so much more FPS in comparison with the clicks one. The map code to it is going to be in the description. And the first resolution, guys, is 1136 x 964, and this one is amazing for low-end PCs. I actually tried it out, guys. You get so much more FPS in comparison to something like 1440 x 1080, which was actually the one which I previously always recommended, but a lot of people complain that it's way too stretched, guys, which I can fully understand. So therefore, this resolution is a nice little sweet spot, and it actually is the one which I would recommend you to go for. Also, when it comes down to your aim, of course it will improve, guys, because at the end of the day, it's still a stretch resolution. Enemies appear a ton wider, so therefore it's easier to hit them. But also when it comes down to your mechanics, guys, this resolution is still going to improve it, because that's at least how it is for me. Whenever I play on a really stretched resolution, I just feel like my aim is so much smoother. You know, you just simply have a little bit more time to go for certain edits, so therefore it all feels a little bit more smoother in my opinion. Definitely check it out, guys, and let me know down in the comment section below if you're on a low-end PC how much FPS you can actually get. And if you guys ever wondered how I get so low ping in Fortnite, it's actually because of the GR booster. You can try this out for absolutely free with the link in the description. It's also the tool which Mero, the FNCS winner, is using. And the GR booster is basically improving your ping by finding the best DNS server in your near. So therefore, just simply launch it, select Fortnite, and you can see, guys, we already have improvement of 138%. My ping is insanely low, like even for rank 10 milliseconds is super low, guys, which means in creative I would get probably 0 ping right now. And you can even see the connection between your PC and your router and the actual game server. And what's the best about it, guys, is adaptive intelligent routing. This means that it's actively in the background always going to look for the best DNS server, making sure that you have the least amount of ping. So therefore, check it out with the link in the description, guys. It's amazing. Next up, guys, we have 1152 x 864, which is now basically a step up from the previous stretch resolution. I would recommend you this res if you're maybe on something like a GTX 1050 or maybe even integrated graphics. This is a resolution which you can super nicely apply to a budget-friendly setup. Because we have a little bit higher X values, it actually feels more like native, so therefore you still get the same benefits as on the previous one. This one just simply looks a little bit more like native, and trust me, guys, it's so amazing for comp. I've been hitting insane clips with it, and also my mechanics were super on point. So there you basically get two different versions. One for people who really enjoy a super stretch one, and one for people who like more this like native look for a resolution. So therefore, there's not really much to add here, guys. I actually got a nice FPS improvement of almost 38%, which was amazing actually here on my rig. And also the FPS were really consistent. Like, I've been getting 357 locked literally all the time, no matter if I was in a fight, if I was running around. Also keep in mind the OG map is a little bit easier to run, of course, because it's smaller than the previous chapter 4 map or the upcoming chapter 5 map. But still, hey, I'm not complaining. 357 completely locked, so therefore make sure to check it out. Next up, guys, we have 1380 x 1080, and this resolution is for people who enjoy a super stretch one, but it's going to improve your aim by so much. The FPS improvement was around 30%, which is still insane, guys. Just imagine you apply a stretch resolution and you instantly get a 30% FPS boost, which could be for a ton of people maybe the difference between being able to use 165 Hz or not, or 144. So therefore, definitely make sure to give it a try if you enjoy these really stretched pictures, guys. This is really close to the OG stretch res, actually in season 1, which was like, what, 6 years ago? But yeah, also let me know down in the comment section below when you actually started playing Fortnite, guys. I'm highly interested. I think I started in chapter 1 season 2. This is where I got my first wing glider, at least. But yeah, maybe there's someone out here who's from season 1. That would be amazing to actually see in the comments. And of course, with this stretch resolution, guys, your aim is going to be super on point. I'm gonna tell this once only. The more stretchy your resolution is, of course, the easier it is to hit your shots, because everything is super wide. It's basically impossible to miss. So therefore, make sure to test it out. And next up, guys, we have an OG stretch resolution, which tons of pros used back then in chapter 2. This one is 1550 x 1080, and I've seen so many comments over on TikTok, also under previous videos where I covered stretch resolutions. Bro, you have to try this one out. And I gotta say, this is probably the sweet spot between having a stretch resolution and normal native. Like, actually, guys, the game looks so good graphically. Like, you see no downgrade whatsoever in terms of course, having worse graphics because of higher FPS. You know, the lower you go, obviously the game is gonna look a little bit more weird. But with 1550 x 1080, I didn't have this feeling at all. Of course, I could tell the game was a little bit more stretched, but you didn't lose any FOV actually on the sides. The game still felt buttery smooth. It looked amazing. I still got a nice FPS improvement of around 20%, which is still pretty nice for free. I mean, I get it. You have to think about it, guys. Applying a stretch resolution is still the best method method in order to boost your FPS in Fortnite. So of course having something like 1550 x 1080, which still gives you like this native resolution vibe, but you still have like all of these small benefits of a stretch res, so therefore it's really nice to try out, guys, and I would highly recommend you to do this. There's a reason so many pros used this back then in chapter 2, because it was literally OP. I mean, it still is, but of course you have to keep in mind, guys, nowadays with a stretch res you usually lose a little bit of FOV on the sides, but with this resolution it's pretty much nothing, like a little bit maybe, but it's barely noticeable. So therefore give it a try. Your aim is going to improve so much, and your building is still gonna be same on point like on native, because it's not as stretched as something like 1080 x 1080. Like, you're still gonna have all your mechanics. And finally, guys, the best competitive stretch resolution, which I can highly recommend you, but you need a really beefy PC for, is actually 720 x 1080. This resolution is amazing, and tons of pros are still using it even up to date, guys. The best part about this resolution is that you literally have no quality loss. Like, it straight up looks like 1920 x 1080, but it's still a little bit stretched for the improvement of your aim, or to make everything a little bit wider and therefore feeling maybe a little bit slower. The best part about this stretch resolution is that it still looks insanely close to 1920 x 1080 or normal native, but you have all of the advantages and as well a nice decent FPS boost. And the best part really about it is, since it's so close to native, it doesn't mess around with your mechanics at all, but you still can highly improve your aim. So therefore definitely give it a try, guys, but as mentioned, you're gonna need a pretty beefy PC because it's basically native resolution at this point, so you should have a pretty decent comp setup. Definitely let me know which stretch resolution you guys are rocking right now down in the comment section below. I'm highly interested, and also make sure to comment down below what are your current PC specs. And with that said, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and check out the 2 videos which are right now on screen.